Hello everyone and welcome back to Kinkoi, Sylvie's route. Akane is here, which I guess mean calisthenics are to follow. Maybe. We'll find out.
Sleepy.
Oh no, it's contagious.
Whew, it's crazy cold today.
And yet Akane is dressed how she always is.
今季一番の冷え込みだそうです。寮の中は暖房あるけど、外は氷点下でした。
But inside my heart is burning!
こういう日のラジオ体操って体から湯気が出て面白いですよね。
No, it's not. I get depressed the second I learn that happens. Couldn't we go without the radio calisthenics for today?
今日みたいな日だからこそ気持ちいいのに。
You get to pretend that you're a Saiyan. And you're powering up.
Can't do it. Taking the day off.
Covers up with futon.
そうだ。こんな時こそ。
Coffee?
起きて、お兄ちゃん。
Well, damn.
I'm really fired up now. Look, there's steam coming off me right now.
I don't think that's steam.
先輩のやる気スイッチはお兄ちゃんって呼ぶと入る。神成さんに聞いた通りです。
I'm honestly kind of surprised that she's spreading that around, but alright. No, wait, no, I'm not.
Mina-chan, huh? Oh, that was mean.
この呼び方、やめた方がいいですか？
No, keep doing it.
I'd love for you to call me that every single day, but it's also embarrassing, so please don't overdo it.
わかりました。朝起こすときだけにします。
Man, it's really freezing out today, though.
すっかり12月ですね。
And yet the grass is so green. What is this grass?
2月もとうとうあと1週間を切りましたし、もうすっかり冬です。
You know what? You might be right.
Oh yeah, isn't next Monday the end of term ceremony?
はい、授業は実質今週で終わりですね。
All right.
Guess that means it's report card season.
Oh no.
Are you the type to get good grades, Akane-chan?
That's enough.
All right. You stopped smiling for some reason.
I don't think we have seen her make this facial expression.
I don't think we have at all. That's the best part.
This is quite interesting.
私、先輩のこと尊敬してるけど、人を傷つけるようなこと言う人は嫌いです。
We just inquired about your grades.
Sorry, my bad.
逆に先輩は成績どうですか？
And the screen inverts again. There it is.
いつも優しい先輩が修羅のような顔に。
Look, it's like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club and we don't talk about grades.
I thought you were cute underclassmen, but I hate girls who make hurtful comments.
Ah, turnabout.
すいません。
Yay, we found another person whose grades are kinda shit.
But slightly above us.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Reina happened to come out of the cafe around the time we wrapped up radio calisthenics, and I went to grab breakfast.
おはよう、オーロー。寒そうだね。
I am not Ouro, I'm a meat popsicle.
Those really weren't enough of a warm-up to call them radio calisthenics.
The below freezing temperatures totally sapped my body heat. I felt like a meat popsicle.
バーニングだ
Akane, you're always burning.
温まってる子もいるみたいだけど。
I don't have that kind of youth left in me.
The 1 year between us makes all the difference.
Is that coffee milk? Is it warm?
一口だけだよ。
Sure. Oh, I thought he was gonna be like, all right, sure, and just down it in one gulp.
He still might. I took a small drink. Ah, warm.
そういや、オーロ、二つ聞きたいことが。
My name is Ouro, and I seek the Holy Grail? Are those the questions?
一つ、今日の進路面談ってどうする？
Bureaucrat? Wait, is married to Sylvia an option?
I was about to say, can I, get, what would it be? Man, I forget what it's called. Yeah. That was today?
Every school out there had one-on-one interviews with teachers around this time of year, and Noble Academy was no exception. It would end up killing time during our expert planning classes this afternoon, but...
I'll tell them I'm aiming to become a diplomat for now.
It just flashes forward to them laughing.
Yeah. They're like, with these grades you ain't.
先生の反応後で教えて。
She's on to us.
I'm fully aware they're probably going to make fun of me. What else did you want to ask me?
うん、昨日の話の続き。龍蔵寺のお坊ちゃんとシルビーが結婚秒読みって話。どんどん尾ひれがついて広がってるの、知ってる？
Been trying to push them out of my mind, thanks.
I did.
I spent all last night looking it up online.
なんかだんだん自信なくなってきた。これって嘘なんだよね。
Better be. Since Reina was already pretty out of the loop, she begun to think this might be real. If this continued, their relationship would only improve in the public's eyes, and not reflect how they truly felt about one another. Well, at least in one direction. The will of the people was important to members of royalty. If these rumors of their intimacy took root, they wouldn't be able to break ties with Ryuzoji so easily. That could result in actual marriage. And even if it didn't go to that extreme, it could act as a starting point. This was getting kind of frustrating.
なら本人に言えよ。
Oh?
あれ？リアちゃん、この時間に制服？
This was a rare occurrence.
Also, have you ever gone to class?
Maybe, before we ever met her? She usually cut classes and would only wear her uniform to sneak into the academy at around dusk.
Going to class today?
悩んでる。午後からの面談には行かなきゃなんだけど、それで午前からどうするか。
Wait, so she's still, well, maybe not still, but she was suspended. Did they still make suspended students do the one-on-one interviews?
I'm not sure she's still suspended. I think she just doesn't go to class.
Yeah, that might be right.
いいじゃん、いいじゃん。定額はもう解けてるんでしょ？
Alright, well that answers that question.
多分。定額何日って通知書読まずに捨てたから知らないけど。
Never mind.
Alright, I really do love Ria.
What a delinquent.
俺が行くとそれだけでクラスがざわざわすんだよな。
Probable.
そりゃそうだ。
That's what happens to delinquents fresh off suspension.
あの視線がほんと鬱陶しい。どうしたもんか。
Oh, do we get another choice?
まあ、でもそろそろ慣れてかないとな。
Guess not.
隠れてコソコソすんのも明日までなんだ。何のこと？
I don't know, she keeps making foreshadowing comments, but we're so dense we have no idea what it means.
No clue.
The loon is back! Russell, Russell.
隣のクラス、喫煙で停学になっていた方が登校して来られたそうですね。
Oh, that's what she was suspended for. That makes sense.
I know.
Not
You
only...
right there?
No, I don't think it was. He'll be fine. Not only was Ria's class a stir, but so was ours.
相馬さんでしょ。
Okay.
It sounds like there's like a stadium of people.
I know.
ポッケに小銭入れちゃダメだよ。ジャンプしろって言われてチャリンチャリンなったらマストで持ってかれちゃうんだって。
They say that she crawls out of a river and snatches small children and then retreats back to the river.
They say if you look at her directly in the eye, you'll turn to stone.
Wait, wasn't that what the last one said?
No.
Oh,
She'll
snarl.
snarl at you.
All right.
Yeah.
昭和じゃあるまいし。
You know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit, not much, but a little bit standing up for her friend. I respect that. That's something. Her only redeeming quality.
I'm sure we'll find more in the fan disc.
Yeah, I was like, we won't find it now. Pretty famous, isn't she?
In more ways than one.
ノーブル学園で喫煙していた生徒なんて前代未聞ですから。
Huh.
Huh. Guess rich boys and girls are scared of delinquents.
Guess they don't have a theater department. She definitely didn't fit into their sophisticated world.
絡まれたらどうしようと思うと震えが止まりません。
Well, you don't have to worry about it.
What do you mean involved?
You alright there, Psycho? Oh man, Yamamoto too.
Aren't you two men?
I mean, she was a delinquent, but she was a teensy girl. We have been punched hard by that teensy girl on multiple occasions.
That's true, but still, they don't know that.
True.
でも怖いですよ。市松くん、怖くないなら僕たちのことを守ってください。
Alright.
No promises.
バカ野郎てめえ、怖いわけはねえだろ。
Then why are your knees shaking?
でも全然怖くはないけど、守ってくれるって言うならありがたくだな。
Rich kids were totally hopeless in these situations.
ヤンキー、お隣のクラスにニューヨーカーが？
What are you talking about?
Hey, what you mean?
What's the matter with you? Whoops. Oh yeah, since Ria really drummed up attention, that naturally mean...
楽しそう。会ってみたいわ。
Yeah. That this would happen. How should I handle this? Would it be okay to let Ria and Sylvie meet? Ria didn't like the idea, but she had come out all on her own today. While I was busy worrying about it...
お友達になれるかも。
Good news!
なりません。
Never mind!
報告を聞いた限り、あまり素行のよろしくない生徒のようです。近づいてはいけません。
Oh yeah, I did have that pretty text to run with.
Sylvie's guards might have been the biggest reason that Sylvie hadn't met Somo-kun yet. Oh, we never got to see how his interview went.
I actually imagine it's exactly like you said, and apparently Reina thought as well.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna be a diplomat. And then everyone just laughs, and he's like, well, oh.
Well, I'll show you. I'll be the best diplomat there is, even with my mediocre grades.
He's like, look, D is for diplomat.
That's good enough for me. Even though I waited for her that day, Ria never showed up for some reason. She was there basically every day. I wondered what happened.
Hello?
There's nobody in the lobby. Did we all get raptured? I knocked on my neighbor's door. Howdy ho, neighbor.
なんだよ。
A majorly moody Ria came out.
You don't sound so great.
タコ殴りにしても文句言わないサンドバッグが欲しい。なってくれる？
We're about as smart as a sandbag, so maybe?
I'm too busy for that today.
She just pulls out the punching bag from Super Smash Brothers. KO! I invited her inside. Oh no, that was your first mistake.
お前、風邪も治ってるよな。
That was a while ago.
Yeah, let's keep going. That worked out.
She immediately lit up one of her cigarettes.
Smokers really do rely on those things when they get on edge, don't they?
うるせえ。今日はほんと何も言うな。
Hey, you came into our room.
Yeah, sure.
Sounded like she was seriously on edge.
Was it that rough at school?
朝っぱらから珍獣扱いで10時くらいまでイライラ指導し、その後なんかもうイライラ通り越してへこんできて、午後の面談が終わったらさっさと帰った。
Aw. That's why she wasn't on the roof?
それで今一人でぼーっとしてたら、またイライラに戻ってきたとこ。
It's impressive you didn't blow up at me at least.
Nope, she's just gonna blow smoke at us instead.
たく、どいつもこいつも鬱陶しい。
Well, we're not on your route. We might get
But
it right on your route.
I was about to say that.
She sat on the bed. I thought, if you're mad at the world, then the problem's with you. Passed through my head, but I decided to keep my mouth shut. She definitely hit me otherwise.
Man, though, you really weren't going to school much at all.
I'd been at Noble Academy for a while now, but it sounded like she'd been cutting class before I showed up.
Why haven't you dropped out?
Not that I'd heard anything about her being held back either.
What, do you have one of those special privileges that exempt you from class or something?
うん、
What, for real?
特権がある。授業は何もしなくても卒業させてくれる特権が。
This is an academy, you know.
That totally destroyed its pretense as a place of learning.
ノーブル学園は学業は二の次だろ。エキスパートプランが第一で。
Oh, so that's why our grades suck. We've been doing it all wrong.
I mean, to be fair, our grades in all of it suck.
エキスパートプラン。つまり自分で定めた特定のジャンルで功績があれば、学業は免除される。
Ah, we found an out.
Wow.
Some learning institutions had a system in place where students, namely the ones who excelled in sports, could graduate even if they flunked out. But
What are you doing for your expert planning classes?
as far as I knew, she was always asleep in her room. I doubted the school would exempt her from class just for sleeping, but maybe they would.
世界のタバコの銘柄調べてんの。
Ah.
Oh, come on, Ria.
ノーコメント。
Ria wouldn't tell me. This was no different from usual, but she was full of mysteries. With a shrug of her shoulders,
明日教えるよ。
Huh?
俺じゃなくて、シルビーが教えてくれる。
wait, what does she know?
Huh?
Why would Sylvie tell me? This conversation had gone way over my head. Big surprise.
なんかだらーっとしたい。映画つけて。
What kind of movie?
I booted up the DVR. My recorded movie repertoire hadn't increased since I last watched with Ria.
What are you up for today? Another French movie?
津軽弁はもういい。人のセックスを見たい気分じゃない。
Good news, we don't have the patch, so you won't be. Talk about horrible bias.
Then let's see. How about Maria Bishop?
You know what? It might be that.
Ah.
ん
I know, there was a special I recorded the other day. Let's watch that.
Yep.
特集何の
It is gonna be it, yes. This.
Oh, you nailed it.
There was a 1-hour Maria special. It goes along with the other 47,000 Maria Bishop specials I have.
In fact, that's basically just my DVR, except for that one train video and the French movie. I immediately scheduled the recording on the DVR the day I found out about it when it was advertised over a month ago. I hadn't even realized it had already been recorded. Pretty massive screw up on my part.
You'll feel better if you listen to a full hour of Maria Bishop singing.
やめろそれ。消せ。
Why?
そいつ嫌いなんだよ。
What?
Friendship over, get out.
声でか。
Friendship over, get out.
Do you need to get your ears checked, Ria? To say you hate Maria, I can only imagine they're broken.
All four of them.
Tap, tap.
そこまで言うかよ。本当はそこまで言うかよ。
What, have you never heard Maria's work before?
あるけど別に聞きたくない。
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I can't believe that you didn't fall in love with her the second you heard her music. What good's your perfect pitch for?
関係ねえだろ。
マリア・ビショップの類まれな歌声と作曲センスは彼女の持つ絶対音感に裏付けされたもので。
Ooh, will he finally get it? Probably not.
What? Hey, did you hear that, Ria? Maria's got perfect pitch too.
ああ素敵な偶然だな。今度会ったらよろしく言っとけ。もう帰る。ここ落ち着かねえ。
Wait!
何
Don't run away. At least watch it to the end. I'm sure you'll see how great Maria is.
うわうぜえ。
Oh, poor Ria.
It's my duty to spread the word of Maria's greatness to as many people as possible.
I am the Maria Bishop emissary, spreading her grace to all.
なんで
Because I love Maria.
It is my sworn duty.
mean, look how beautiful she is. I mean, not like you.
I know, with those gorgeous red eyes and... Huh, that's funny. You have red eyes too.
And that's why I want you to love her too. Don't worry, it won't take long.
知らねえよ。とにかく帰る。どけ。
He just
I'm
straps...
afraid I can't let you do that.
I'm afraid I can't let you, Dave.
As if I'll let you get away.
Oh no, he's just gonna trap her and make her listen to herself.
This is actually how she got so popular. It's just like brainwashing.
帰らせろ。
No, wait, you're not leaving. I'll make you understand just how much I love Maria.
勘弁しろ2つの意味で。
Wah!
For some reason, a little bit Wario, but that's alright.
Wah! What's Wario doing in there?
イヤちゃん落ち込んでると思ったけど心配なしか。
Help me!
金色ラブリッチ。
Loveriche.
オーラオーラ。
Sylvie, Sylvie! What's up?
Yep, today's promise, right?
楽しみだわ。そうそう、それに付随してなのだけど、オーロって10日後、クリスマスイブの日は何か用事ってある？
This will be the year that I finally catch the fat man.
Why?
実は今日はイブの日にうちでやるパーティーの下準備のための集まりなの。
Oh,
クラスのみんな招待するのだけど、できればオーロにもって、どうかしら。
Well...
Christmas, huh?
Sorry, I've got plans.
そうなの？
Yeah, actually I made them a little while back.
どんな予定？少しならこっちも開始時間を。
Chieka asked me.
Oh no!
We were just gonna meet up on New Year's, but she ended up asking me to come visit for Christmas.
Oh no!
It's a huge pain, but I can't bail out on her after saying I'd go. Sylvie?
いえ、なんでもない。それじゃあ仕方ないわね。
You could just reschedule your massive get-together for New Year's instead.
ちえかちゃんと楽しんできて、オーラ。
I totally won't.
You know, I had a sneaking suspicion that he was going to say that. I'd rather give Sylvie priority anyways. But if everyone in class was going to be in attendance, it'd work out the same whether I was there or not. In which case, I should give my prior engagement preference. If it would be just me and Sylvie, I'd definitely give that priority though.
$2人、なんか変じゃない？
I'm getting deja vu senses.
そうですか？
Yeah, but now it's like the opposite.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
シルビー様は今夜、懐かしい方との再会だとかでウキウキしてらっしゃるようですが。
Oh.
That makes me wonder. Yeah, does she...
No, I didn't realize that she knew.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. It's like, wait, so she figured it out. All right, so she is less dense than...
Oh yeah, definitely. She's definitely way more perceptive of most things.
Yep.
Like 100%, yeah.
Definitely higher perception. After school.
フランス料理だ
We headed to Sylvie's place with Reina in tow.
By the way, Reina, do you know the etiquette for French dining?
No.
Because I do. First you use the knives and the forks from furthest out. Then you place the napkin so it's beautifully arranged.
あ、シルビー、私フォーク嫌いだからお箸お願い。
Yeah, and you see, nobody's going to bother to try and get her to follow etiquette.
Is that legal?
She'll make it legal.
はーい。
See, she just did.
お待たせいたしました。
It sounded for a second there like a drone just ran into a window. It's like, oh my god, Kuro-chan, are you okay?
I've been Spider-Man for 3 days. I flew into a drone.
The limousine had come to pick us up.
当然のように送迎車ってのもいいよね。
I mean, I personally think it's a little bit more cool if you use cheat codes in GTA and you can just drop boats onto traffic, but you know.
Are you used to this?
慣れてはないけど、シルビン家行くたびにリムジンは出てくるかな。オーロは足がガクガクしてたね。リムジンバージン？
Yeah, but I've been in a helicopter.
Just worried I might have gotten it dirty somehow.
I had never ridden in a car with such soft seats before.
夕食は2時間後を予定していますが、よろしいですか？
But I'm hungry now.
それまでご歓談を、ね。了解。それまでエルチンの部屋でも物色してるよ。いいわね。
Oh my gosh.
よくありません。待ちなさい、妃。
The three of them ran off. I probably should have joined them, but that felt questionable since they seemed to have agreed to rummaging through Ella-san's room. And we're not on her route, so we probably can't get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
A short time later... Oh my god!
Yeah. Huh? Ah,
こんにちは。
Hi!
yes!
Another unexpected arrival. Someone I thought I'd never get to see in person again showed up like it was only natural. And for that matter, it was...
久しぶりね。
Yes!
Sounded like she remembered me. Oh, come on. Are you for real? The Maria Bishop was up in my face?
Why are you here?
ん君に会いに来たとか？
What?
Huh?
Maria gave a mischievous giggle. That was a joke, right? Obviously. Forget that. Her face was so close! From this close, I could kiss her in an instant if I felt so inclined.
この距離でも気づかねえか。
Tell me.
Osmium.
Yes.
Huh?
なんでもない。どうせもうすぐ種明かしなんだし、もうちょっと楽しむくらいいいよな。
Huh?
Her voice and manner of speaking sounded vaguely familiar.
なに？
Never mind.
It was no use. I was too nervous to spit out a single word. Oh, she was the real deal. The same girl I saw in my recording yesterday, without a doubt. The real Maria Bishop was here.
オーロ？あら？
Sylvie, look who's here!
あらもう会っちゃったのね。オーロが驚くところを見たかったのに。
Well, still astonished, so you're getting some of it.
Yeah, I'm so plenty astonished.
There it is.
So this was your surprise?
It's not even my birthday. Sylvie looked proud of herself. I'd heard TV stations couldn't even book her depending on her mood, but if I really thought it through, Sylvie's cheat powers were more impressive than a TV station. It was a tremendous surprise. But the real surprise was what came next.
これで当時の3人が揃ったわね。
Ah, she did figure it out.
Yep.
She just pulls off the wig and be like, What?
ねえ、せっかくだから今日は昔の呼び方でいいかしら。一と、 それから。
She just pulls off the wig and he's like, "What? Where'd Maria Bishop go? Where'd you come from, Maria?"
What are you doing here, and why are you wearing that dress? She puts the wig back on. Oh my god, Maria Bishop, you just...
Maria Bishop, where'd you come from?
相馬くんに。
Huh?
さすがにお前は気づくんだ。
What?
わかるわよ。もともと写真で見てる時からそうじゃないかとは思ってたけれど、この前直に見て確信したわ。大好きだったイチが大好きなオーロになったのも驚きだったけれど、大好きだった相馬くんが大ファンのマリアになってるって本当に驚いたわ。
You just go back to Ouro and you hear the dial-up noise in his head.
Yep, it'll get there one day.
隠してたわけじゃないけど、まさか一目で気づかれるとは思わなかった。
She's the world's greatest detective.
誰かさんは気づかなかったけど。
He is not.
Noticed what?
あら？オーロ、気づいてなかったの？私はオーロとイチのことに気づくのに時間がかかったから、これで引き分けね。
No, it does not. Not even close.
Hang on a sec.
This conversation didn't add up.
Maria, this girl is so... You must be wrong, Sylvie.
違わないぞ。
She's not?
違わない。
She personally shot that idea down before Sylvie could. Huh? What? But... Soma... What's...
マリア・ビショップは芸名。日本人だものね。ああ、本名そのままは避けたいから、最初はそうマリアにしようと思ったんだけどさ、ダサいからちょいひねった。本名のそうマリアからはだいぶ遠くなったわ。
Well...
そうよ、リアちゃんよ。昔は相馬くん呼んでたから、名前の方が思い出せなかったのは。失礼なやっちゃ。俺はお前の長い名前全部覚えてるぞ。シルビア・ディ・カバリエロ・イスタ。
The gruff way she spoke.
Wait, so she actually knew the whole shit. Like, if we had just listened to her, we would have figured out.
Yep. As I stared at her wide-eyed, Maria looked back at me with a stifled, mean giggle. I recognized this laugh. It's Old
Because
Man
I'm
Jenkins.
the world's greatest detective.
It was absurdly familiar. Itai.
どうしたのオーロ？ 急に自分の方をつねったりして。褒められねえ性癖だな。
You have no idea.
It's not that. Although, you know. It's not that.
I couldn't accept that this was real. What should I be astonished by first? That the Maria Bishop was our childhood friend? One was a princess, and the other a diva. My luck with women was out of this world. But above all else...
You gotta be kidding me. Ria?
And the last horse crosses the finish line. It's Don't Be Glue.
Really? Bye, Don't Be Glue.
マジだって。
This part shocked me the most.
Yeah, but how? This can't be real.
She's absolutely going to have to pull the wig off.
ほんとだって。
No, it's
よ
not.
かったな。お前は世紀の歌姫マリア・ビショップに津軽弁の白人がセックスする映画を見せて喜んでたんだぞ。せ？
Nothing.
Don't listen to anything she said. She speaks only lies.
And I speak only truth.
Maybe?
But you're really Ria?
本当にリア。しつけえな。
Oh yeah.
逆にお前本当に気づかなかったのか？まあ俺マリアモードだと多少は化粧してるけど。昨日は大ファンだ言ってる女と同一人物が真横でお前のことバカだと思って見てたんだぞ。
Well, that's one way to interpret it.
Hey, I wasn't fangirling. Not only did I not realize that the idea never occurred to me. Why didn't you tell me?
別に言う必要もないかなと。
Okay, that should have been pretty obvious after like 3 conversations with us.
まあどっちかっつうと黙ってた方がお前のことからかえて面白いからだけど。
Okay,
Yeah, right, that's fair.
I was about to say that sounds a lot more like Ria. What a trash personality.
それに俺、自分がマリア・ビショップじゃありませんとは一言も言ってないし。
Don't you give me that. Enough with the twisted logic.
いいかしら。
Sure.
Sylvie, who had been watching this all play out, raised her hand.
さっきから聞いていると、なに？オーロと相馬くん、これまでにも会っていたの？
Oh yeah, we've been taking smoke breaks up on the roof this whole time.
I'm a rebel. I mean...
Except for instead of without a cause, it's without a clue.
Mm-hmm.
寮で部屋が隣。はい？俺、今1の隣に住んでる。お前がちょくちょく部屋に来てるのも知ってるぞ。壁が薄いからな。
Thanks for telling us in advance.
Now even Sylvie, who had been calm the whole time, got a dose of shock. Things had gotten completely out of hand at this point. By the way...
なに今の声。
Alright, you're
う
here.
わ、マジ？マリア・ビショップじゃん！あれ？どっかで見たか？
Oh my god, and
Oh,
Raina
you're
figures it out
Are you shitting me?
in like 2 minutes.
リアちゃんじゃね？
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Wow. Okay.
Alright, Reina actually is the world's greatest detective.
It seems someone completely unrelated to the situation could tell Maria and Ria apart. Even though I just thought the names right next to each other, I still didn't piece it together. I guess I must have been looking at her through some majorly rose-colored glasses. We continued our discussion through dinner.
もう、ひどいわ。私だけのけ者なんて。
Pretty sure we're the odd man out.
Sorry, there just wasn't any good time to bring it up.
俺が黙ってろっつったの。シルビーに会うと面倒になりそうだから。ひどーい。お前じゃなく周りが面倒ってこと？
ん
I mean, I like Borilocoche.
Me too.
Ria took a glance at the black suits and shrugged. And also at Ella-san.
まあいいわ。最後にはこうして会えたんだもの。嬉しい。またあの頃みたいに3人で仲良くしたいわね。
Here comes the butt.
Yeah, sounds good.
Personally speaking, it was scary to think that the implication behind good friends would change between me and Ria from today forward.
にしても、シルビーとあのマリア・ビショップが昔会ってた的な話は、できすぎてるのを除けば、まあ説得力があるけど。
In the time skip at the end of this route, it's just going to be Reina writing the book about this.
Yeah, no, it never even happened. It's just her book.
そこにオーロが入るってね。
Well, you know.
I know, right? Really makes me wonder what's going on with my life.
This is just like one of my Princess Knight novels. It was astounding enough that one of my childhood friends was a princess, and now that applied twice as hard. I flitted a glance over at Ria. Huh. Some wind chimes in here. The second our eyes met, I instantly looked away. Ugh, she was Ria. She was Ria, but still. She was also the diva I admired, and I couldn't look her in the eye anymore.
照れてやんの。
Shut up.
Damn it, don't talk in Ria's voice with Maria's face. That ruins my mental picture that I've always admired.
It ruined so many dreams I've had.
I certainly didn't mind being teased by Maria Bishop, but I couldn't help feeling pissed off knowing that Ria was mocking me. Those two sets of emotions had completely jumbled together, leaving me feeling depressed. Better just change the subject for now. Anything would work.
So what's with the hair?
It's a wig.
カツラ、長さでわかんだろ。
That makes sense.
That was the one thing I could accept. Only wigs could possibly be this long. I've seen some people with really long hair. But I'd just kind of come to my own conclusion that her hair had always been long and black. It was ordinarily short and dyed at that. This was a total shock for a black-haired fetishist like myself.
Underneath that lovely hair is the blatantly blonde hair of a delinquent, huh?
You know, you do have a couple of blondes in the same room. Maybe lay off the commentary.
金髪？
Oh no.
相馬くん、それって。ま、約束したからな。
Okay. To make her feel better, Ria must have said she'd dye her hair blonde so they could match.
And she just kept it for years.
Yep.
That's kind of awesome, I'll be honest.
Man, Ria plays the long game.
Ria's actually, like, really awesome and a great person underneath Ria.
Yeah, I mean, she's just got that really rugged exterior, but she's just super sweet. Really good friend.
Yeah.
なんかあんの？ないしょ。
The two of them were smiling at each other rather amusedly. Sounded like there was some backstory there, but I doubted they'd fill me in.
You know, Sylvie, you've been pretty calm about this whole thing, but... Didn't you think that Ria was a man?
相馬くんは女の子でしょ？逆に、オーロこそいつ気づいたの？昔は彼女のこと完全に男の子だと思ってたわよね。
Bullseye.
What was all that about your first love, then?
バカ！オーロ！本人の前で！
Oops.
相馬くん、今の聞こえた？
Absolutely.
聞こえた。つか昔も告白されたから知ってるよ。それで俺慌てて女だってバラしたんじゃねえか。
そうだったっけ？
Okay, so not only does Ria have perfect pitch and is an awesome friend, she's got a mind like a steel trap.
Mm-hmm.
そうそう。私も最初は相馬くんのこと男の子だと思ってたわ。オーロがそう言うから。
Oh no, the tables are turning on us.
それで相馬くんになっちゃったのよね。今でも抜けないわ。リアちゃんに変えた方がいいかしら。
どっちでもいいよ。言いやすい方で。
じゃあ相馬くんで。旦那、第三者の足にもだんだん話が見えてきやしたが。
yeah.
My dude, you're a dumbass.
I'm
要するに
absolutely...
オーロが原因で始まったことで、10年後現在、オーロが惑わされてるっぽいね。
Yep.
Oh, don't say it like that.
My bill for not remembering much about those days, especially about Soma, was coming due. Ah, damn it. Why had I forgotten so much about Soma? And why the hell did I think she was a man? I couldn't remember.
思い出さなくていい。
Oh, she figured it out.
Huh?
なんでもない。
Don't say that, please. Explain it to me. Explain it to me in painstaking detail.
ねえねえ、初恋ってことは、リアちゃん今でも結構イケメンだけど、昔はもっとだったん？かっこよかったわよ。知的で優しくて、王子様は身近にたくさんいたけど、こんなにかっこいい王子様は他にいなかったわ。
Don't be shy.
照れるっつうか、微妙だわ。女だぞこっち。
You're a very handsome woman.
今はかっこいいというか、可愛くなっちゃったわね。ちっちゃくて。
うるせえ。身長のことはしゃあねえだろ。
She clicked her tongue. Not that it matters, but seeing her behave poorly and click her tongue with Maria's face made my heart pound.
Ria, a singer. Oh, now that you mention it, I feel like Soma was a great singer. It's still incredible she made it into a career. Since Sylvie plays the piano, what if you tried going all out with your singing?
でも人前に出るのは。
Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be fine. Wouldn't it be fun to sing with Sylvie on the piano? That would be incredible.
いいかも。ねえシルビー、今日の話ってのはクリスマスのことでいいんだよな。
はい。24日、ここでシルビー様主催による簡易なパーティーを開きます。そちらで一曲願えないかと。
What? I'll get to hear Maria perform live at this Christmas party?
お願いしたいわ。
パーティーで歌う？ めんどくせえな。俺歌うときは基本スタジオみたいな誰もいないとこがいいんだけど。
Is that why you always turn down performances for TV and stuff?
人が多いとこ嫌いなの。
Ria shrugged. My heart suddenly raced at the thought of Maria Bishop feeling that way, but the sensation quickly grew sour when I realized it was Ria talking instead.
ダメなの？
Sylvie prodded in a needy tone.
一曲だけな。
Even Ria can't say no to Sylvie.
Oh, I'm getting some major deja vu here. Whenever Sylvie would beg Soma for something, she'd always cave and listen to whatever she had to say.
うるせえ。
It's a good thing. Excuse me a sec.
This was poor manners mid-meal, but I took out my cell phone. Bleep, bleep. There. Jaika? No.
Yep, I think that's actually what he did.
何してんの？
Disappointing Jaika.
Texting Chieka. I canceled our plans to hang out over Christmas.
Okay, that is kind of rude on multiple levels. He could have at least excused himself and called. I mean,
yes.
I know he's really blunt with Chieka, but still, that's kind of mean.
If they've known each other a long time, I'm sure depending on what he wrote in the text, if it was like canceling Christmas, seeing Maria Bishop, then she'd be like, yeah. Yeah,
you know, that very well might be what he texted.
Yeah.
じゃあ、オーロ。
If I have to pick between Chieka and a live performance by the Maria Bishop, I'd pick the latter 10 times out of 10.
Although, picking for Sylvie would also have been legitimate and probably helped.
That's why I sighed, because I was like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem fazed. Good old Sylvie. Sylvie sounded happy. Was it really worth getting so delighted over? Whatever, I guess. Our meal carried on just as amicably.
なんか不思議な感じ。あの歌姫と一緒にお食事なんて。
Oh, we've eaten with Mina-chan plenty of times. It's normal.
でもよくよく考えれば、普段から一つ屋根の下はしてたようなもんなんだよね。同じ量で。変なの。
ああ、そうだ、いちもだけど。寮の連中には言うなよ、絶対。
どうして？
めんどくせえから。ガチで言うなよ、綾香以外には。
And especially don't tell Akane.
Jogasaki? She knows about you too?
知ってるも何も。俺をこの道に引きずり込んだ張本人だよ、あいつが。
Ooh, there's a story there.
For real?
Didn't see that connection coming.
俺が歌う前から、ネットに勝手に動画上げたのがあいつ。
Okay.
んで、すげえ再生数になったから、あいつんちテレビ局だろ？そこでよく扱うようになって。アメリカとかで食いつかれ出した頃かな。龍蔵寺って広告会社も噛んできて、あとはもうトントン拍子に。
ああ、そうでした。その件も聞いておかないと。
Ella-san popped in from the sidelines.
マリア殿、シルビー様と個人的にご交友があるようでしたら、今後連絡は個人的なものとして構いませんでしょうか。
Ooh, that's smart.
名取さんを通さないってこと？
厳密には、コーディネーターの名取氏までなら通しても構いませんが。
Natori, the manager-looking person I saw before?
現状では、あなたに連絡を取るには、広告会社の龍蔵寺から名取さんに回してもらっている状態です。この一手間を省きたいのですが。
ああ、いいよ。龍蔵寺は別に関係ないし。
Ha!
仕事関係なら名取さんには声かけてくれ。一応世話になってる人だから。
助かります。エキスナ。了解。
They just do the counterintelligence thing where they erase any mention of her and Ryuzoji together. Several black-suited guards rushed into action.
何事？
Just a guess, but I bet they're gonna publicly refute that Ryozoji person's engagement to Sylvie.
その通り。もうあの件は用済みです。
Oh man, this is the best day ever. We got to meet Maria Bishop again. We're gonna go to a Christmas party. We're hanging out with Sylvie, and we took down another potential rival.
All in a day's work.
The only thing that sours it is finding out that Maria Bishop's actually Ria. Damn it. That was fast. They must have been biding their time for a while now. As people of her country, they'd probably sooner avoid having their princess used for political agitation. I was equally happy, so I decided not to say a word.
龍蔵寺さんはともかく。
Agreed.
それっていつでもお電話していいってことよね、相馬くん。
It's the middle of the night, she's trying to sleep. Ring, 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 ring. Hey, hey, Soma-kun. Guess who it is?
Yep.
こっちの気が向いたらな。
That kind and friendly Sylvie and grumpy yet gentle Ria. They really did fit the bill of childhood friends. Maybe the thing that got me a little jealous really was the fact I was a man. When our meal was over, we were brought back to the dorm by a limousine again.
じゃあね。おやすみ、オーロ、レイナ、相馬くん。
Yeah.
おやみ。
おやすみ。
Ria headed back in her normal dress. Yeah, now that I saw her this way, I could tell she really did have Maria's face.
Gee.
なんだよ、じっと見て。
Now that I'm getting a good look at you, I wondered if you and Sylvie wouldn't be twin sisters.
俺に姉妹なんていねえのは知ってるだろ。
Yeah.
いやいや、生き別れの双子って説もあるよ。こう、二つに割れたハート型のペンダントを持ってて、くっつけると最後の王国への道がわかる的な。
Okay.
Yep, yeah, you're right. Next route.
Alright, thank you, Reina.
That's it.
しつけえな。
Ria took out her cell phone.
ほら、この前お前と撮ったマリアの写真。
She pulled up the picture I took on her phone, the one where I was huddled up to Maria when I met her on the academy roof before. A photo only Maria had access to. Now that she mentioned it, Ria and Maria both used the same model smartphone and cell phone cover.
Wow.
What are the odds?
なんでへこんでんだよ。
Because I'm not the world's greatest detective.
No, I honestly think he's still mad that it just ruins his perception of Maria Bishop.
Oh, no, I know. He completely, yeah.
Also true, though.
I feel mildly heartbroken. Can't believe my Maria, the Maria who seems so pure, is a delinquent and smoker.
テレビの中の女に幻想を抱いたお前が悪い。
You know, that's fair.
いいじゃねえか、喫煙くらい。清純派で売ってるアイドルだけど、裏で知ってるやつ。テレビあんま出ない俺でも7人は知ってるぞ。
マジだ？
ちなみに、そのうち3人は事務所の社長と同じマンションに住んでる。グループ全員マンションを合わせて、毎晩代わり番号に社長の部屋に行くとかなんとか。
Regular Hugh Hefner, that one.
Cut it out. It's a person's right not to hear the facts.
Oh, Reina's face.
Besides, I think I'll see you in a kind of new light from now on, too.
は
If we stick a black wig on you, you'll become Maria.
And lo and behold, that's our entire route, just us trying to get a black wig on her.
What do you think, Ria-san? Do you want to watch a movie together? I've got a French film that'll make you super sleepy.
Oh, no.
行くぞ。
い。
Wait. I'm kidding.
Not really.
Like 81% kidding.
Give or take. Back at the dorm, Ria was her usual self. There were no signs of Maria to be found. This was probably the real her, which also made this the real Maria. It wasn't like I really thought Maria was some sort of angel or fairy who had a pure, flawless personality and never swore. But it was still a tough pill to swallow. And it was thanks to that shock that I couldn't process all the different matters that had been tidied up today.
Loveriche.
相馬くんって学園には来ていないんだ。
She never comes to school.
Well, I think that's
Probably
probably...
a good place to stop.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I just had to get that in.
I mean, you're not wrong. And yet she never leaves. She's just in the dorm. All right, well, that was a fascinating episode. Things have finally been connected in a way that even Ouro can understand. And it only took close to 30 episodes. But I will be really interested to see how this impacts their relationship dynamic now, the three of them. I mean, are they going to start hanging out together?
Yeah.
Is it going to be... I feel like we probably are getting close to a turning point, but now that Ryozoji has kind of gotten out of the way, in theory, I wonder if there's going to be some other conflict that happens before we reach the resolution of this route.
I mean, there has to be, right? Because you've got... I don't think Ryozoji's out of it. Like, you don't introduce that kind of character and then have him not come back. And so we have that to worry about on, like, the Sylvie, and then Sylvie's still gonna worry about us and Jieka.
I don't know if that's as much of a concern now, because we did just cancel our plans with Jieka.
Yeah, but she will still be worried. Because you'll have, we know we're canceling the Christmas plans, but there's also the New Year's ones, right?
Well, I don't know, because they moved the New Year's plans to Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so maybe something will come up, because
yeah,
they're doing the thing where each one is...
jealous of the other.
Yeah.
Well, and now that I think about it too, the other big thing that was alluded to was the relationship between Ouro, Jieka, and Torio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
So that could be something that comes back.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it could.
We'll just have to see what happens, but that was a really good episode. I like just the incredulous realization that Ouro went through. The waves of realization slowly washing over him as he was standing there sputtering like an idiot.
I mean, my favorite part about that is Reina realized it in like 4 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. That's just what sold the whole thing. That was priceless. Oh, I loved that. Yep. And I definitely agree. Reina's route is the one that I'm probably most excited about next, other than, of course, Ria's route.
Yeah, so definitely. And I like the dynamic between him and Reina. I really do.
I do too. I'm really curious. I think that's going to be a fun route.
Me too.
All right, well, thank you all, everyone, for watching. We hope to see you in the next episode. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.